Okay, so today is the true finale episode for the Shaman, and last time we did sort of a pseudo twist finale for the last one, where we played as the ones that we didn't play as, like all 5 of them, I guess, total. We played as like Illidan, and I was sort of doing that as permadeath, where I play each one until I lose a game, and so I didn't have that much time or opportunity to even play them, but I did play as all of them at least once. So Illidan I played as Alakir, that was the second one. Then I played as Cthulhu, obviously somewhere in there, Cthulhu, Leroy, and one other one, which I kind of have even forgot. But yeah, that was kind of fun, and I almost regret not doing more with it, but I was kind of so fixated on the Shaman deck that I kind of used it as a chance to alternate. Like, if I lose with the Shaman, then I'll go and play the twist mode, and then if I lose with one of those heroes, I have to move on to the next one. But it didn't really come down to that, because I went on such good win streaks, not because anomalies are back. Yogg is brought. Oh, I kind of hate this though. They kind of force you into it with the whole stupid ass anomalies. It could be a fun mode, but just make it a separate mode. Or why don't you, if only you had a mode that was specifically designed to have these unique formats once in a while, every once in a while. And oh no, it's called twist mode. Like, why not just fucking do it there than anything else? Free purchase bundle. Okay, Perils in Paradise, don't really care too much about that. But no, we're doing this at the beginning of the month, and you might question that, like, shouldn't we end at the end of the month? I've become the very thing I hate with respect to, oh, why do some of these games end the monthly ladder in the middle of the month, like the way that Pokemon did, that kind of pissed me off. But what I'm doing is I want to always go like one episode extra, so we get the beginning of the month, and then I don't want to start the next one in the beginning of the month either, because there's some sort of preconceived notion that I have that the beginning of the month, the first episode I do, is always the hardest thing with respect to it's always the most competitive, because all the tryhards who end up at legend are going to be at low ranks, like playing at bronze, and you end up getting matched up against them more often, at least is my impression. So for example, last month I was doing pretty well with the Shaman deck, at least getting the silver 4 is relatively better, but whatever. It was like, I felt like I was going against a lot of bots or whatever, lower competition. So here we might just get our ass beat and completely destroyed, so at least we get to see it against actual good decks now. And so I'll do the same thing going forward. Like, next episode will be the next class that I'm doing as part of this gimmick deck rotation, and so I'll do Paladin with like the Exodia Uther, right, starting next episode, so that'll already be in the middle of the month. But the reason why that's okay is because then I'll do that one for the rest of the month, but then also into next month I'll do like the first episode. But that gives me a chance to start trying it, when it's a little bit easier, like in the middle of the month I get to start with the deck, and then we get the finale episode will be the hardest competition, at least I'm theorizing, right? It's not always consistent with how I'm saying it, but we start off like kind of with a handicap that, we're gonna start, if I started today, I'd just get destroyed with that, right? But we'll sort of build the deck next time for whatever that is, and if I can think of another fun gimmick to do with Paladin, I will. There's not really like one favorite deck or mechanic that I have when I consider like the whole history of the game. Murloc Knight was not that big of a thing. I don't know what I would really want to do with it, but yeah, that's the point. So I'll start in the middle of the month, so I get the easiest draw of opponents, and then I'll end in the beginning of next month. So we always do it like that. So you're having the toughest matchup last rather than first, like probably what I was doing before, even though it seems a little bit weird. So they are carrying this one over, I guess. I thought it would already be over. Oh, that's actually cool. So as much as I don't remember playing as Lady Eliadrin though, or Marin, so maybe it's a little different. Whizbang's heroes, different expansions can be used every season. But you're not even, it doesn't matter about the expansion. But no, I don't remember having these two there before. Whatever, we, as much as I say I regret not using them or not playing that more, I could certainly do that here, but not today. Just whatever, let's give the Shaman the full thing. Or again, if we lose, we could always go back to that, because I always rotate. So I'll give maybe those two a chance, but we're not going to lose. That's the thing. Let's just go on a crazy good streak. And generally this one did better than what I expected it to do. Still better than most of my average gimmick themed decks, which are again not very good, nor are they even trying to be good. But it was also very fun and gratifying in a short sense. Like, it didn't take as much work as some of these other decks do to really be enjoyable, right? The Evolve is built in as such a fun effect as it is, that it's so easy to get off, whereas some of these you really have to, like with the elusive anti-spell thing, like for Mage or Druid, I have to work so hard for it with respect to, okay, that only helps me because whatever, we don't have like a lot of low cost cards. But the point is that maybe I should keep the clown because it ends up being something I crave later on. The point is that, again, most of these gimmick decks take a little more work. Like, again, with the elusive, evasive type thing, you have to have Lorthamar and, you know, buff them all up. Then it becomes really satisfying. It's sort of the... See, my decks always have that idea to them. They have, like, a fun payoff thing, even if you still lose because of it. Even, you know, you do it, but you still lose. Right? So this will be a fun thing. Oh, we'll get this guy and fill up the board, and then we'll evolve him. And then they'll use, like, that Yogg Saron that makes all your minions attack each other, and then I still end up losing the game. And I'm pissed, but at least I got the fun interaction that I wanted. So I'm still kind of the real winner in that, you know, hypothetical scenario that totally didn't already happen, right? Where we get the Harik equivalent. Was that when they played was that when I played Harik, or was that when I did this? I don't feel like I've even really done this one with the full board, because I have one and only one 10 cost card, which is that stupid thing that summons like 3, 5, 6s. Which technically breaks my rule if every card in this deck has to have one of 3 things on it, where it says either summon copies or transform or evolve. Right, the evolve text, basically that's not the key word, but transform friendly minion to one that costs 1 more. So every card has to say one of those 3 things. And so this might be the only deck, or at least the best deck that you can make with this criteria, but maybe not. It's just... you know, within this criteria, it's not as bad as you might think. And so if everybody played by these sort of rule sets, it might not be as embarrassingly bad as you might think. It's almost like there should be a format for this. But again, just let me sort of host my custom mode with my custom rule sets. And if nobody wants to join, that's fine. But, you know, this game is behind the curve when it comes to even something like chess, where chess you can create your own variants and host a game like chess.com, you know, edit the rule set. Why not have a lobby like that where you can just kind of have any rules that you want? Like, again, you can only use 2 cost cards and your whole deck has to be that and whatever, right? Like, it's still fair because they get to do the same thing. Maybe you have some kind of cool idea that they don't have, that they won't know, but that's fine. Like, you know, you're choosing to join that, you're choosing to host it, you don't have to do it. That's actually a pretty good thing to get from it. Transform everything to Murlocs. I think I'd rather almost just do this right now, even though I kind of want to do the Serenite Chain Gang. You can do this. This is really not a bad guy to have here. I'm fine with it. You get 2 4/3s though, which is actually pretty good, and some sort of internal synergy too. Or no, I guess not. I don't know why I was thinking that was going to be related to pirates. Or no, wait, that's actually garbage, right? Helmet Hermit. But yeah, this is like such a fast-paced, fun mechanic that just keeps, you know, getting better as you go. And so we've had some crazy moments, even if we end up losing a lot of these games. But generally, I've been pretty happy with this performance. Yeah, this is kind of a twist mode in itself, just having to deal with Yogg, but... hopefully that's the only Yogg that we see, because I don't want to see the one that's the fucking Titan that fucks up your whole board. That is kind of an annoying meta play that we see, you know, maybe too often, where they get to basically just, you know, you have a crazy board like that with the clowns and everything like this, and then just, oh, make every minion attack one another. Like, that's one of the best removals in the game. That's not even a removable card that the class has to have. It's just everybody can do it. And it's fine, but... you bring him back again. Everything's fine with this. So as far as my rotation of what's going to be next, I'm going to do Paladin next, then I'll do Mage, I guess, and then we only have Rogue, Death Knight, and Demon Hunter. So, okay, we can do this one and then try to evolve at least one of them. But this would be a great chance for the AoE evolve, which I just simply don't even have. You could do this guy just to get rid of that, but there's no point in even really doing that because... like, I don't think that's ever gonna... well, let's just do it anyway, though. Right, because you kind of knew that was gonna happen, so... it seems like a waste because that wasn't gonna do anything. It's not like they can evolve their stuff. Whenever you draw a card, gain +1/+1, that's fine with me. But again, some of these long-term effects aren't gonna be valuable because you're not gonna keep the same thing around forever for very long. And even if I theoretically wanted to, I sometimes just go for the temptation of the evolve just for the fuck of it. Like, look at this nasty play that we're about to have. Even though I don't really want to do this, I guess it's worth it because now we'll have such a beautiful play here. Like, this is both not that bad of a mechanic even in 2024, and it's also a super fun mechanic. Like, imagine losing to that, but I guess we are a bronze 10, but isn't that always the way? It's hard to assess how good really some of these people's decks are. You know, it's like some grand celebration if I can get to gold with one of these, both within the limited amount of time, again, that you're playing, but also within the limited scope of how the deck works. And I'll try to keep to this more strict rule set with how I do stuff, where, you know, I kind of clearly defined it a little better than I usually do in terms of, every time I open my Twitch now, it's been, like, already on somebody's page. Like, it was just on Shroud's page or something. Why? I'm just opening the app, like, fresh, but it just does that automatically. Your power certainly did ripple across eternity, dude, because you're the fucking Lich King. The real Lich King. Even when you're, like, sort of in bondage for the Burning Legion, right? You're still kind of the boss, and you prick them all over. Both players start with extra mana crystal. Doesn't really help me much, but it'll be fine. But yeah, Rogue and Priest are my two least favorite classes, so I love that. I started off with calling it, like, the underplayed class round robin. That was, like, the first segment. So I played Priest, and I did some whatever Death Rattle type deck, and then I was like, oh, we're gonna do Rogue next, and then I completely forgot it. It's like it's vanished out of my mind, the whole Rogue class, just because I hate it so much or whatever. But somehow, you know, some of their insular contrived mechanics that are just not really the kind of thing I typically like. Even Priest, you would think I should like a little more, because I like playing on the board so they can summon big stuff and try to keep healing it. That aspect, at least, I like. I certainly like it better than White in Magic the Gathering with respect to not being able to heal minions on the board, because they all sort of auto heal. So that's fine, and then the only other thing we gotta do is actually try to evolve something. But I don't even have a good evolve card. You always have, like, a very limited scope of minions, though, because if I run out of these, then I'm just screwed. I don't have any sort of long-term value. 4 mana 7/7. Who are you? Me? Where was that? That's a neutral card, though. It's just always associated with Shaman. No, wait. No. It's not a neutral card. The fucking Flame Wreath Faceless. I don't know why I thought it was. Yeah, there's not much call to put it in here, because it's like, that's the opposite of an evolved card. Like, you would take a 4 mana 7/7 and turn it into 5 mana 5/5. So, like, why the fuck would you want to do that? The downside just never seemed like that big of a deal, but it still is kind of fair, because, you know, overload 2, but you get such an insane play that in Arena that was especially busted. What you want to do now is you want to basically figure a way to well, we gotta just wait till we can evolve something. See, whenever you lose this board control, you get screwed, because you rely so much on the ability to actually, you could do that, but I almost want to draw cards now, but I guess that is only 4 costs, and you will negate the Death Rattle, so I guess I'll do it. I don't even want to do that, but I guess I just will. And that was a great... See, that's one of the telltale examples of something that you're getting such credit for evolving, right, with no downside. Any sort of negative battle cry, you're going to bypass the effect of that, but then there's so many positive battle cries that justify their value that you'll miss out on. Like a 6 mana 1/1 that summons a 5/5 with their battle cry. You'll miss out on the, you know... You'll miss out on the 5/5 altogether, so it's a double-edged sword. In fact, the majority of things you are missing out on something, but it can still be pretty good value overall. Guy has a weird deck. Well, thanks for that. You'll give me an... Oh, I thought you were... Well, even then, it's fine. Sometimes Dirty Rat is a meta play, like how I was using against Time Warp there. Even though that kind of pissed me off, like, oh, you got to do it in such a way that... You don't really have a good evolve situation here. Let's just do it. I don't care. Oh, shit. That's something I haven't really gotten from evolve. That is, I should have obviously played the Serenite Chain Gang after, so then I would have known. But if I evolve something into that, when I'm in a winning position and, you know, I accidentally... I evolve the whole board and one thing happened to be a 1 cost and it turns into that, like, it could be... very stupid. Okay, let me see. That's fine with me, so we just got to figure a way to get a couple more minions out here. So I don't know that I've really seen this interaction yet, where I get basically the Heroic equivalent that I was so excited about, but, you know, that's obviously a Warlock card that we somehow had and was able to play even from my hand. I don't remember exactly how that even happened, and then we get to, you know, get that 10 cost card, I hope. But we seem like in a pretty comfortable position. Their deck seems pretty fucking terrible. But at least when my decks are bad, they're bad by design. Great Balls of Fire. We'll do that for stealth. That was almost what I wanted to do for a Demon Hunter gimmick deck for whatever reason, but it would make more sense to do it as a rogue, like a deck with only all the stealth minions in the game, in the history of the game, and just whatever benefit that would be. There's really not a whole lot of benefit to it. You could do some kind of OTK buff crazy shit, but I mean, you could do that anyway without needing, I guess maybe not, but again, you're very susceptible to AoE, and it's just not like a deck archetype that I imagine would be good even in this context. Like, I should somehow pit my own, I wish I could do that. I want to pit my own gimmick decks against each other, not just in seeing which one does better relatively against the competition, but against each other. Like, this one seems like it would beat most of them, though. It's actually done pretty well. Or even something like Renounced Darkness or Explore and Goro is going to be sort of built in that. Like, Explore and Goro could actually be, no, not Explore and Goro. Zinazari could actually be pretty good with, like, Vandar, and you get, like, 2 mana. Was it 2 mana or 3 mana? But you get, like, 2 mana 5/5s or 2 mana 5 cost cards and up. As if just having a 5 mana 10/10 and stuff like that isn't enough, because you get crazy values like that from Zinazari already. The problem is you're sometimes a little bit light on card draw. If you get like the Octosari guy that lets you draw 8 cards, right? That's the perfect kind of thing. Whenever a player ends their turn on spend mana, they draw a card, okay? I don't feel like I'm going to typically be able to do that. Okay, I'm actually going to keep that card just because I want to do the thing that's going to let me summon the clown and evolve that. And I'm sure they'll just beat it in some anticlimactic way, like that stupid ass thing. The, Yogg Saron or something. It really becomes like just a card bloat issue where classes start to have less and less identity over time, which is probably kind of, you know, you could say the same thing about WoW in a way. Like, it goes from, oh, you know, certain classes just had 0 heals to now everybody has a heal, even if it's just a matter of, you know, some of them aren't as good and their cooldowns or whatever. But, you know, like Bloodthirst and Vanilla for warriors, it wasn't going to really do shit for you. You just felt like, you know, at least you have, it's like just a cosmetic aspect that it heals you. It's not really what we have today, where it would be like, oh no, it heals like 50% of your health every hit or some crazy shit like that. It's the same thing with this game where, you know, oh, hunters don't have much removal, and so you know they're going to be screwed by that, but it's not going to matter because now everybody's going to have excellent removal and everything. So the strengths and weaknesses go kind of out the window. You could evolve something here already. But I think what I want to do is we'll do this and then we'll do it, which I could do with the coin here. 5 turns is a long time, dude. What card back am I even using? That's just like the Whizbang one, I'm pretty sure. I can't even tell what my own card back is because of the fucking... Whatever, you can't see card backs properly in this game because of my whole pet peeve shit that they did. Ryan Gosling equivalent moment. When he's derping around about the avatar font. Okay, this is fine, I guess, but little AoE protection, 4 mana, 3/3 or 3/5, 5 mana 3/2. So both of those were pretty bad ones to get from this, but it's gonna happen sometimes, and you can always do this just to change. You can do this just to basically change the draw that you get if you don't like it. The Doppelgangster even would be fine with that, so I should probably wait. Right, this one is actually quite valuable. So what you want to do is you can easily trade this in, and then you can easily do Or no, we should do that after. Like, let's hit you in the... Oh, I fucked up. I should have attacked first, obviously. So my Exna is good. This thing is good. Refresh your mana crystals. Wait, that's kind of insane, isn't it? Holy shit. I actually don't even feel the need to evolve this. Let's just wait. This is actually quite a unique board with a lot of different good dynamics. I guess I could have done this one, but I like the whole health value. This is like such a defensive statting build. They're 2-8, a 2-6 with lifesteal taunt, 3-9. So they're not very strong attack-wise, but they're very tanky. Draw 1, 2, 3 cost spell. You almost killed me on my Hunter permadeath playthrough. Fucking classic WoW. But leave me to that Terragard Keep. I always call it Terragard Keep. It's Northwatch Keep. Okay, you could just kind of do this and it'd be fine. Right? Because, like, fuck it, dude. I don't know. This might be a little bit greedy and you only get 2 of them as well. But what you can do is you can basically... I almost don't want to evolve it for now, but... Oh, if you do it, you'll get your mana back, though, too. Fuck it, I'll do it just for the memes of it. We'll do it, and then we'll do it again, and then we'll be able to refresh our mana crystals, too. So what's one that I don't like? Core Hound over here, what the fuck? Actually not a bad thing for right now, though. You do it there, you get a 3-3. You do it there. Or no, I didn't get the spell burst though because of this stupid ass shit. Then we'll do it again here. I'm doing some things sort of just out of sequence at times. 8, 5, 4, 6. We're blowing our own shit out, just so much chaos. Which again, a lot of these decks are going to be about those random effects. It's interesting how much I actually like them, as much as I always criticize, oh, internal RNG in a card game is bad. Because like with discover effects and stuff, but not even bad like in a meta optimal sense, just generally. But it can still be fun, obviously, as I love some of these things so much. At least if they're random within a certain structure. Like Renounced Darkness is great because at least it reduces their cost and gives you them sort of all at once. So it's not like you're discovering one at a time. It'll just totally change your whole deck overall. Fire 4 missiles, random enemies that deal 2 damage each. Like, you should be pretty much just dead. Look at this, dude. Ner'zhul is cooking as hard as he was in Warcraft 3, which is all I really know him from, even though I call him one of my favorite characters of all time. But I just held off playing Warcraft 1 and 2 just because I was sort of saving them. I wanted to wait till Warcraft 4 came out, and then I would play them to celebrate. Just like I wanted to play Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and 2, or beat Half-Life 1. I was saving it for when I beat... or for when Half-Life 3 came out, but those are 2 games that never actually did. That's like the original Nax out meme. Half-Life 3 out, or whatever the fuck. Like, random one that costs 3 more. What are even these effects? Start of your turn. I don't even have 10 cost minions, though. You should be just pretty much fucking dead. I don't know why I'm like overthinking it so much, or I had like some sort of condition where I said I should do, I don't want to do that shit, dude. Yes, of course, exactly as planned. Like I'm not allowed to I'm not allowed to win until I play every single evolve effect in my hand first, right? If it comes down to that, which I may have already disobeyed that in the last 2, but then again, if they resign, I don't have a choice. And so what ends up happening is or will he end up killing himself? Because no, it's at the end of your turn. Or yeah, he does. So that's not my fault because I made my best effort to try to do that. But that's like a BM little extra bonus, you know, bonus condition that we have, is that, oh, I have to play every transformation effect in my hand before I win, at least on my stuff. If I have Devolve or something, I don't have to do it. It's not really even me trying to BM. It's just a secondary win condition. But again, you can't control if they resign or disconnect or whatever. I say resign like I'm playing chess. It's called concede in this game. But yeah, this deck was really fun. I'm almost sad to see it go. This is one of the best ones, just either in terms of performance or... Look, we're already at bronze rank 5 because that's really an accomplishment. Both players' cards are golden. Okay. I mean, why does that matter? That doesn't fucking do anything.
My power will ripple across
What impact would that really have? Oh, you can only have one of them now because that's not even how it works either. Like, what the fuck? That's so stupid. I mean, it's a cool cosmetic aspect, but if you play the game as long as I have over the years, you should already have this. But oh wait, you keep shrinking your collection by 75%. I keep devolving my collection, I guess you could say, because I'm a dumb clown who always has these little urges to play these random decks. So I'll disenchant 10 decks worth of cards to create one deck or whatever. I'll disenchant 4 decks worth of cards to make one, which is the actual correct mathematical ratio, right? Disenchant 4 legendaries to make 1 legendary, just because you want it on the spur of the moment and you don't have like a choice. I'm seeing too much of this fucking hawk to a girl meme everywhere that I'm getting kind of annoyed by it. Like, everybody's fucking trying to chase clout from it. I just can't believe how... Look, dude. It's so dumb, bro. The kind of shit that people fixate on so much. Or it makes me think of that one thing that was like a big trope for a while. The simple fact that, that this could end up backfiring too, but not really too badly. Like where people are talking like, what is it called? Like man walking or something, man slamming. Like, oh, the man's just walking in a straight line, right? Like pretend like this is a girl and whatever. This is a girl here and this is a guy. So the guy's walking from here to here and the girl's walking from here to here. And it's like, oh, the man's just gonna slam into me as I'm walking here, but aren't you slamming into him? Like, it's the same thing. You're walking here, they're walking there. You're both on your own path, just walking in a straight line. Who is getting in whose way? So is it really fair to say, oh, well, you know, assuming that the line doesn't represent like a special path that you're supposed to walk on the path? I'm just saying, if somebody's walking along here, I'm walking along there, and you intersect and hit each other, it's like, it's both of your faults. Nobody is like, you know, entitled to that walkway any more than the other. Now here's where it becomes a problem, because you feel like this is good, but you almost want to keep the taunt. Even though I was just flexing about, oh, this deck is doing so good, whatever. Now I'm not going to get the chance to do it again. I should have at least been able to speedrun till silver. That was like what I did in my first episode of Master Duel. Somehow, like Kaiba Jr. speedruns to silver. It's amazing how boring they made Yu-Gi-Oh! Though, by forcing you into the new formats and new cards and everything, synchro shit. I'm not even saying objectively it's bad, although it kind of is. But even if it wasn't, it's like, you know, give us the option to do something else, some sort of older format. I don't know. It's like, yeah, sure, you can use older stuff if you want, but you're forced to still be exposed to the synchro type stuff. And that's like one of the worst, most conspicuous examples of power creep, where, you know, the mechanic is so blatant. They change the color of the card. They make it very clear that, oh, we want you to spend our money on this new shit so that you have a chance to win. But it's just not a satisfying mechanic at all. After your hero attacks someone, a 1/1 pirate attacks a random enemy, I'm probably just gonna die. Yeah, this is really what we need, but I need it out of my hand somehow. Some of these can be a double-edged sword, because then they'll do it to your opponent's stuff too, and I kind of got fucked with this, like, oh fuck. Or in a way this will like almost heal that, where it could be a problem. Fuck off. What is going on? This is Zen Timo. Whenever you target a minion with spell, cast on its neighbors. Okay, I'm just probably gonna lose this 100%. Not much we can do about it. Yeah, there's sometimes a bit of a shortage of minions, especially in the early game, right? Like there's 0 2-cost minions that I have that meet the criteria of the transformation effect. Why are you taking so long, bro? I don't know, this one was just kind of a cursed hand from the beginning, and there wasn't much I could do about it. Yeah, I love that sort of straight line thing. 2 people walking in a straight line at the same speed to the same location. You know, you're walking on one side of the street, they're walking on a, you know, perpendicular side, whatever. And so whose right of way really is it? Or again, in any other context where I guess somebody, there is some understanding that somebody shouldn't be walking that way. Like, no path is meant for you to intersect like that, where you would just walk into each other, but you're kind of both doing it. So, you know, you're walking into a store and I'm walking into Walmart from here, let's say, and they're already in Walmart and they're walking this way. So I'm walking in and going this way. They're walking here and going that way. It's like they're cutting me off. I'm not cutting them off. Like, it's the same thing, though. We're both cutting each other off. So is that the last time we're ever going to see Nerzul? Because whatever, we try to play till I lose one game, or he's going to BM me somehow too. He has his own little hard mode win condition on top of everything else. Yeah, get me to 1 HP and fucking clown around. But no, we didn't really get to see this interaction because I only have the 110 cost card. You'd have to wait till you get this, then you'd have to do it, then you'd have to evolve it. Which again, that is one of the coolest interactions you can possibly get. Like, what is this meant for if not that? It's not a bad card in its own right, especially in Arena, it'd be awesome, but, you know, there's no better use for it than evolution itself. There's going to be people who don't believe in evolution in real life that are going to be offended by this, or like, who YouTube will put like the little ticker on there that says, you know, like, if anything to do with the 2020 election, they'll put a thing that, oh, Joe Biden actually beat Donald Trump, in case you're, you know, somebody would dare to imply that, oh, it was stolen or there was something rigged about it. So it's the same thing they'll put, or like anything to do with COVID, they'll put like a little box trying to explain it, right? So with anytime I do that, if I say something about flat Earth, they'll put one to do with that. Oh, the Earth is actually round. So if they put something to do with, I guess I could kind of rotate back if I wanted. You know, if you make a video about, again, involving evolution, they'll kind of put a little ticker there that explains, oh, evolution is actually a process that's been proven by science in such and such way. That is an interesting topic. Like, people would say, oh, well, it's not possible for stuff to evolve or blah, 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 but how else would you explain some shit? Like, I don't know. I haven't played as her yet, and I don't know where she even came from. Like, I didn't do anything, right, that would just magically have gotten me some of these cards. So they must have just added some of these, or what? After you cast a spell on friendly minion, draw a card, cost 2 less. Refresh your mana crystals. Oh, what is it? Lock this for that many turns. So it'll be 0. So we have to be careful not to just do that habitually, as you often are inclined to do with the hero power. I guess I can rotate back. I never set a rule that says you probably would want to do one that's like you know, buff it out of the hand first or something like that. Even if you kill that, it's perfectly fine. Oh, that's actually good. You won't be able to kill it for 1 minute. Why would you even do that? What are you, a bot? What the fuck? Cost 1 less for each card in your deck that didn't start there. I was even saying with such certainty that, oh, there's no way you can do that with that little whatever. Okay, we want to buff the shit out of something at the end of the turn. That is such a confusing sort of written thing. It's a battle cry, but it doesn't summon it immediately. The battle cry is that it'll summon it at the end, so it almost doesn't feel like that should be a battle cry. It could just say it as a general effect, as a standard effect, like, oh, just at the end of the turn summon a copy of it. I'm always too fucking tired when I'm playing this game that I could never play it for very long. I don't know, it's just like Sunday is the kind of day where I have too much shit to catch up on. Style Divine Shield, deal 2 damage. I can't do anything with that. You could refresh the crystals now, and if you do that, then what would that even do though? It won't even do anything. But I get it. That would make this too overpowered. If it just read it as a standard effect, then it would do it every single turn. Right, so maybe that was a bit of a needlessly flashy play. So I gotta pick a turn to really do that. Shuffle 10 random legendaries in your deck. They cost 1. Seems like a fun card, but it's almost like too heavy-handedly good that it makes it too... You know, sometimes things that are too good are almost not fun, because then it makes it boring, like... Oh yeah, it's just a win condition. Oh yeah, it's just, you know, too good, too clear. It does too many things at once. Too much value for basically doing nothing. At least here you have to work for the evolutions, because it's like you got to keep something on the board, and you also have to... You also have to basically, you could just do everything you want. I don't really care even. Earthen Scales, let me see. That's good. So now you can do this again. You can do this. +2 health. I mean, we're certainly getting a good vibe from this whole style of play. Maybe I'll try to just play as the other 2 twist people I haven't played as, but then again, it's not like I've lost with every single one either, so some of them I could keep going, I guess. So it's interesting that they carried this over. I thought it would be just in limbo, like how they sometimes do that. They won't put another twist mode, they just won't put anything. Speaking of Warcraft 4, you know what I always wanted was, why not make a single-player RPG that's based in the Warcraft universe, kind of like, you know, an open-world thing, even if it's just like part of WoW. Just like remake classic WoW and like just do the Barons, and that'll be the whole fucking game, because that would be big enough to be an open-world game. I'm not really getting to buff this very well. Okay, so that's good, and then we get to do maybe this one, hit you in the face. Everything's good with that. Their hand is kind of running a bit dry, which I like. So whatever, whether I win or lose, I can play as the other dude. And then I can, well, I guess I should do this until I lose, and then I'll play the Shaman, which of course I'm not going to lose this one. A blunder? What is this, chess? I'm something of a blunderful clown myself. That's one of my famous, infamous chess terms. Blunderful instead of wonderful. Summon a copy of this at the end of your turn. I don't know. We're kind of overcommitting here a little bit, but it's okay. Not like they're going to have an immediate AoE answer, clearly, to punish me. Shuffle 3 coins into your deck. This dude is literally Ron Paul. He's, you know, ahead of the curve when it comes to inflation. Just keep putting gold coins everywhere and you'll be golden, literally. Right, if you had bought like $1 million worth of gold or whatever, even like $1,000 of gold 10 years back, it'd be worth way more. Not because it would be worth more, but because money, paper money, would be worth less. What the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck is going on? Well, that was odd. Their board isn't that threatening, but it's just kind of weird. Like, how much do they really have here? I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not going to be enough. Add a copy of it to your hand. So what is the deal, dude? Give a minion +3/+3. Now, if you do this, you will just kill everything. It's a little bit busted, and especially the fact that he had poisonous. Look at the kind of crazy shit around. It didn't really even matter, because that damn... That was fucking beautiful. Like, that reminds me of that classic moment I had with the Rexar Hunter. I wish so much that I had... That's like a top 5 moments that I wish I had on video. Up there with the 7-hour Calamite thing that I did on stream, of course, but I didn't... obviously save my VODs at that time, and it was so long and stupid that I didn't think of doing it. But where I'm playing as Rexar against Jaina, and it seems like Frostlit Jaina, and it seems like such a one-sided encounter, and then I get like a poisonous bat. So they have a board full of water elementals, and then I get a bat that has like that poisonous thing on it. Right, you make a combination. So it has the death rattle, it has like a rush and a death rattle, right? And it does 2 damage to everything. And then I add poisonous to it, so then when it does that AoE effect, it kills everything on the board. I had practically given up, but then we get that crazy shit. Cast spells from your deck.
Become the hero.
You can just kind of kill him right now. I keep acting like I don't have lethal, or I'm kind of wired to almost try to... I mean, I just want to find an excuse to play a shaman, but if I don't lose in this mode, then I almost feel obligated not to. Right, because I feel like I want to go back and forth a little bit and rotate. Yeah, I don't know where these two came from, because I had played 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Cthulhu. Let me play as this dude, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, this twist mode is very fun, and I almost wish this was always playable, but of course, at Blizzard, no fun is allowed, so they always have to fucking restrict it and make you wait. You know, even between the twist modes, they'll just leave the twist mode vacant. Instead of, maybe that's what they're doing here, is actually letting you, while you wait for the next twist mode, you can play the last one. You don't have to.
One for all, and all for me.
Reduce the cost of something. Okay, we just saw what this guy is all about. Clearly it was a skill difference, though, not the fact that, whatever, that Lady Leodrin is just better than this guy, or he somehow... Shuffle 3 coins in your deck. I don't know if I even want to do that. Like, it could fuck me over. I feel like it's early enough where it's fine. But, yeah, you don't want to really draw into that shit. What does this guy have? Discover a secret, costs 1 less. After you play a secret, summon a 2/2. Reduce the cost of right and leftmost cards. After you play hero power, you cast a secret from your deck, okay. Oh, this music that music there sounded a little more mysterious than normal. That part of the song was kind of weird. Restore 7 health, don't really care about that. Get a coin, we don't really need more fucking coins at this point. Or maybe I should. Quick draw or combo. Which one do I want to do?
Is this the way?
Or you should always do that after, or I mean before you summon something, in case it's like explosive trap. That's literally like a Yu-Gi-Oh trap card. That's what that whole mechanic was always about. That maybe some people didn't ever think of it like that, but you know, the traps are kind of like trap cards, or I mean the secrets. Double copy, permanently double attack and health. I do like that card. I almost wanted to make a gimmick deck based around that. Give your hero +4 attack, cost 1 less for each card you've drawn this turn. You can backstab this shit, you can do this shit. Everything else should be fine, so let's just wait a little bit. We'll do it here. Can't really do anything with that. This is like the pun design that unfortunately informs so many things, like, you know, oh, let's just come up with a stupid pun and use that to justify the effect of a card, you know, rather than just come up with something more organic or actually ingrained in the universe. Kind of like, you know, the Warcraft universe has so much rich lore to draw from that you would really need to do something stupid like that. They have a fuckload of secrets, and there's not that much we can do about it. Tradable. Let's see. Destroy damage minion. I don't know. 4 cards in a turn. Freeze a minion, deal 3. Just kind of keep this shit going. Wait, what are we even getting this from? I don't get it. Oh, when you play your rightmost card. Okay. I didn't even really realize that up to this point. What are we? Oh, we have to shuffle something back. Rush, gain poison, that's fine with me. Oh, whoops. Fuck. I fucked it up because I... That's why the coins are not a bad thing. Because you can just... So I should have just done that the whole time. On Guard, my least favorite Phoenix Wright villain, Matt On Guard from fucking Justice for All. The Ace Attorney anime was actually quite disappointing, and I feel like not a lot of people really pointed it out like how I interpreted it. Like, it's just sort of played sort of flat, and they try to be too much like the anime, but then they don't have their own sense of personality, where it almost seems like they're trying too hard or becomes kind of cringy, and they're doing like these over-the-top animations that aren't necessary now because you're already in an animated space, whereas there they just do it because of the benefits of sprites and stuff. So it felt like just sort of very obligatory and didn't really have much inspiration behind it. Yeah, just keep casting the rightmost spell and then you'll just get infinite cards. I didn't realize, actually. I just never even paid attention to that at the beginning. Almost I'm gonna copy, but I don't really care. I'll just do it. And just give me some fucking coins and stuff. Next hero power costs 0. Give your hero plus X attack, fine. Motion denied, deal 6 damage, fine. I'm just gonna die on the raw health value here, but at least we don't have to go against Gul'dan anymore, who has 80 fucking health at the beginning, which totally wasn't overpowered. It's just a skill issue. I just needed to get good, and then they did nerf him. All these random arbitrary health values that they came up with for each of these heroes. And like the first 3 or 4 games we played were only against Gul'dan, which shows you obviously he was busted. Should almost be where it chooses the hero for you randomly every time. So you're still drawing from the same pool of them, but you don't get to choose because then everyone will just do the same one over and over because it's broken or something. Okay, so maybe forget about the Shaman. I'll just win this game and then be done. We gave it a chance. It got to like bronze 5, but clearly maybe that helps the argument of how much more competitive it is. But I still did pretty well, kind of. Again, I don't know how much we can read into the ratings anymore either with respect to I'm not really doing that for any particular reason. You can just fucking self-mill yourself. But I shouldn't have even held off on doing the coin, though. I didn't realize how good that actually was. I just played against this guy, too, and I didn't think it would be such an issue. Get a coin, and not only do we get it, but we can play it right away. Or actually, we can't. Or we can, I guess. It kind of switched places. Restore 7 health. Okay. 4 attack. Bait and switch, give a +3/+3. Okay. Imagine if that was like the last lethal damage that you had to take. This guy clearly is just bad, so my last win against him doesn't count for anything. Okay, hurry up, dude. Come on. I always hate to concede. I want to see the visual, you know, let them have their satisfactory moment of actually winning and doing it in a cool way, but gotta do it in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, I won't even bother doing the other thing, but we've played as every single hero, at least that I can play as, I guess, here. Right, we had done the 5 before, so now there's 7 total. We played as those 2 and could... Oh, no. What the fuck do they keep doing with this? He was 80 health at first, then they went down to 35. Now they went up to 50. People just constantly keep complaining about it. Right, like, why not just keep them all the same at 30? Like, why should that be such a necessary dynamic? Okay, see you tomorrow. Okay, so here I'll just do a little extra bonus session where I'll give the Shaman one more life, just because that wasn't really an adequate finale, even though I guess it did still meet the condition that, you know, I would play in that session until I lose, but whatever. Since this is the final one and the Shaman's been so enjoyable, we'll just go till we lose one game at bronze rank 5, but it at least shows you to some extent, although it was doing okay, I guess. We went on a win streak from bronze 10 to bronze 5, so that means it must be a good deck. But no, it's like, it can be a little bit harder at this point at the beginning of the month, whereas I was just kind of coasting at the middle and end of last month where it felt almost too easy. If you're winning too many games with this kind of deck, you know something's wrong, and you must be going against bots because the deck's not even meant to be good. Both heroes, okay, hero power costs 1 less. That's not really something that's going to matter too much to me. Might help me a little bit at the beginning, or what it would be really busted with is, it doesn't say your base starting hero power, so you know what that means. What if I become some crazy, you know, well, I guess most of them still cost 2, but what if there's one that I can't think of off the top of my head that like has some crazy hero power that costs like way more than 2, but it's like really strong? I know there is one on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. But whatever, that would be so busted, wouldn't it? Like, you know, even some of the regular ones, like fucking the hero cards in general, like Rexar or somebody, would be good for 1 cost, but your base starting ones are not going to be that big of a deal, but it's just interesting. Yeah, why does that have to fuck up the whole thing? We have enough random effects with my own evolution or renounced darkness and stuff that I use. Why do we need Yogg to fuck things up more? Which again, I don't mind that mechanic, I just don't like how you're forced into doing it. I think that's so dumb. Does that mean it's even in the, like, I guess it would be, yeah, in standard and stuff like that too. So like you're really trying to play a legend rank with this shit in standard? Like there's no way to turn it off. That is so dumb how they force it. It's like with the Halloween, the Halloween arena. I don't mind that, oh, they combine 2 classes, right? Like you're a warrior in a rogue's costume or something, so you have the hero power from the warrior, but you have the cards from rogue or something like that, right? I don't mind that, but what I mind is the simple fact that you're not able to actually choose whether to do that or not. It just circumvents arena for everybody, so everyone's forced to do it for that time, and then if you want to do it later, you could never do it, right? Because now this actually does count as like a minion space, so I don't think that would have worked if, you know, you should spread them out like that, I guess. At least I'm pretty sure it works like that. See, sometimes you just have to settle for stuff like this though, because it's just not, I don't know, it's just, you're not always going to get the best thing, so you can't wait forever. But if you get like any sort of doppelgangster play here or something like that would be good. I feel like I've rarely gotten a chance to even play this. And the main interaction I want to see is that stupid clown. But we're already looking at the clown right here, the Thirst Trap Nerzul. But no, the one that summons fills the whole board with them, and you would need this to get the corrupt effect from it. Side quest, spend 8 mana on spells. I mean, I certainly will do that, so I don't see the harm, but fuck, I kind of wanted to do Rag here. Let's just do Ragnaros, fuck that. Yeah, we'll get rid of that 8 armor right there, just in kind. I hear you mages like fire. I did that. That was a good RP line, actually, from Hardcore Classic. Like, I'm killing all these goblins. I hear you goblins like bombs, because they're always into engineering and technology. And then I'm throwing, like, a bomb at their base or whatever in, like, the Barrens as an engineer. I'd never done engineering, even though I played a mage, right? That was the one thing I was sort of lazy about. Because, well, I mean, I guess anybody can just use it, but it was associated with mages and rogues a lot, just because it would help them have even more CC, as if you don't already have enough. Add an arcane missile. There's really nothing I can even play, so you could evolve this board, but I don't want to, because no, but see, this is where you got to just be a little bit smart, because you have to just do it, you know what I mean? Like, what are you saving it for? You got to get the best board you possibly can, which I don't even mind some of these high health value minions, right? Even though it's not, and of course I love the line they did for her. I will crush your delusions of grandeur. So many of the voices and lines in this game, they actually screwed up from WoW. Like, Malago sounds stupid. He's like, he's trying too hard. He's all grumpy. He's not sophisticated like he is in WoW, where he's voiced by like Liquid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. So here you have the ability to, this thing I haven't really had much occasion to use very well. That you can just do for the fuck of it, I guess, but whatever. But at least trade in here. I always get like pretty good board positions, but then sometimes if you're playing an actually good deck, they'll still fuck you over because they'll have way too much removal. In particular, that one Yogg-Saron play has countered me or triggered me a couple times where they play the Titan Yogg and make my minions all attack each other. Like, that's so... It's just too good. It's too much on top of all the removal that they already have, right? That's just bullshit. And this is, of course, the card that sort of breaks the rule because it doesn't say copy. If it said summon 3 copies of a 5/6, that'd be one thing. Right, but just the phrase, but whatever. That's not like such a good card that anybody would mind that, but this was one of my best criteria-based decks ever. Not best in terms of quality even, but in terms of how on the nose it is with the criteria. That everything must say transform, like as in transform into one that costs 1 more, 1 less, etc. Or it must say summon a copy of itself, like Serenite Chain Gang, or this guy. And then you also need to have either summon a copy, either transform, or what was the third one? I don't know. I forgot even what the third condition was, but basically the point being that we could do this, I guess. This one ends up being bad because it'll be even, I don't even really want to summon more stuff, but I will. Or, oh, I fucked up because, no, it's fine. It doesn't immediately summon a copy. Let me go ahead, we'll do this. We'll try to clear my board out deliberately a little bit. And so now you get to, you could just do this just to transform it. It's not even the fact that it's a 3/5, but actually I won't. And of course that bypasses even the evasive, but sometimes you get fucked over by effects like that, which doesn't matter what his effect is now. What was the third one? How could I forget my own designs? Either it has to summon a copy, it has to transform, or it has to... I don't know. Whatever, it was very clear on the nose, and every card in the deck meets that criteria. So the point is, even when these people get a little snarky and try hard, like they look at my decks and say, oh, haha, this guy's so bad, or whatever, it doesn't even work with that, because it's like, you make a deck then within that same criteria that I'm choosing to use, which is just subjectively my choice, right? I'm not saying you have to do that, but if anybody was to do that, you might have similar results, because there's only so much you can do with that premise, right? You're forced into it because of the simple fact that nothing can get kind of out of hand, but it doesn't mean that it actually is that good, because you're not going to evolve them in time. Like, this one almost is just so garbage. You would just do it and then just evolve it, and that would be fine, but you have 4 damage randomly spell. Oh shit, that's going to actually help me though, because you might... Oh shit. Four damage randomly split. Trying to think what other cards are in here. It says transform, it says summon a copy, and one other thing. I thought maybe that's actually all it is. Okay, so the transformation here is cute, but let me actually do this one first, I guess. And some of this you could obviously, I don't know, maybe I'll just like trade everything in. I'm just doing that for the corrupt effect, so you'll make another copy of this in the end anyway. Right, which is beautiful, even though you can just ping it, it's fine. Some sort of old god minion, obviously, that just keeps endlessly recreating itself.
A simple spell.
So this is beautiful, even if you don't get a chance to evolve. Like, see, now you gotta slow pace them though. Wait till he clears this board, and then do it after that. Don't try to jump the gun and just do it now. Carnival Clown. This is the clown in its final form. This is literally me when I'm playing chess or something. This is literally it, dude. The best card for this deck, even to this day, probably possible. Even though it takes a little bit of work to do, it's really not that bad. Or you could do it this way and then... No, you would need an AoE though still. And I obviously can't even do it yet. You could evolve them just for the sake of it, and they cost only 5 though. There's some all into legendary ones from the past. I'm not even entirely convinced that I should do this, but I'll just do it anyway, because the taunts were pretty handy. You're not always going to get such a good draw from it though. There's plenty of legendary minions that are going to be low cost and kind of shitty that could have been worse. Oh shit. We got a mage role-playing as a priest. Yes, use Evocation and Wrath of the Lich King with a glyph, and that would be your full heal thing that I was always so shocked by. Transform your legendaries and minions into legendary minions. Okay, you can do that one, and then you can still evolve shit around all you want. So we'll save that for something else. I don't think the beast thing is really going to come very much into play, but everything actually survives. And so now I could do this as well. I guess I could have just done this on... No, but then I couldn't have attacked. Let's just do it, you know? Just for the sake of it, see what we get. That's where the legendary thing can be a little bit deceptive. Look how much variety of awesome shit we get, though. And sometimes I'm doing it superfluously. Like, I'm just doing it just for the sake of it. I didn't need to do that, but you know what I mean? Like, why not? This is actually a pretty bad board compared to what I just had. Aside from Denathrius and this dude. Right, like, these are all kind of weird, but... I love this so much because it represents a certain philosophy, like, make the best of what you get. Right? It's not even really up to you, but that's like what Renounced Darkness does. It just gives you random shit, and then you have to make the best of it, and sort of like... And what I love, too, is the damage values become so perfect because it doesn't matter. Like, oh, no, I'm trading in this way, that way. It doesn't matter how you trade in because of the simple fact that you're going to transform them anyway. I kind of want to revolve them. But no, let's just do that. Look at this, dude. So we get Malagos, Speak of the Devil. I was just talking about him. We get Pyros, which can give you some value back. Look at some of the values here, though. Like, that wasn't the greatest thing because legendaries are just deceptive, right? That's actually worse. On average, transforming something into the same cost or something higher cost is always better than legendary because there's so much downside to what you can get with them, right? You'll get like a 2/2 and all this stupid stuff. Doesn't even matter what their effects are, polymorph, silence, none of it matters. So I'd love to see you clear the board just so I can do that clown play. And so this would almost be a good measure. Even if he's using the best deck ever now, right, it's gotten to the point where you don't really have an answer for this shit. The point is it might not be... I might not even get the chance to really be able to play it, though. Sometimes I'll forget to attack first, though, and that can kind of fuck me over. I should almost save that until after I evolve, just so you get to... Or even this would work, like with that, if I don't have like another AoE evolve. Let's just do unstable evolution on everything. Oh shit, we can do it like that. I wasn't even thinking about that. The ultimate steno interaction, dude. Holy shit, dude, I'm just gonna kill you with this shit alone. I didn't even realize that was gonna happen. I don't even care. Oh, fuck, dude. Holy shit. So stupid. Look at this interaction, dude. Of course. This is how Steno is always meant to be used, and I keep her around too so I can do that shit again. So if I was to try to meet my BM condition of playing all the evolutions, it'd be a shame not to play the clown, though. Come on, don't resign and tell me you have another board clear, because I want to do it. And the one chance I get to do it, I don't do it because, oh, the deck is so good that it's denying me. Which, again, it's not good. I'm just saying that mockingly compared to most of the shitty decks I use. But no, this was really one of the most fun ones I've done so far. They've all been kind of fun. I guess the Hunter one was kind of a little bit aimless, though, because I was just doing it for the fuck of it. Like, I highly doubt that this guy would be a bot, though. Right? His deck was kind of too organized and everything. Fuck you. That's so lame. So we'll never get to see that interaction, dude. Right? Because if I had played it too early, then I might have somehow lost because, oh, I'm overcommitting and blah, blah, blah. I'll either go until I get silver or I'll go until I lose. Because I have to do my magic session anyway, so I better not overdo it too much here. It's just like I'm always so tired, especially on Sunday, that I never get like a full, proper Hearthstone episode. So I figured I may as well do this, especially since it's the finale for the Shaman. Yeah, the whole thing behind some of these is a hard commit. Oh, I kind of wanted to look at my deck just to see what other rule set we're talking about. There is a third one, but I reduce the cost of all cards in starting hand by 1. That actually helps me a lot because a lot of these aren't the best when it comes to turn 1 and 2. Right? You don't have any minions. This will cost 3, so I guess that's still fine. That weapon is actually super awesome too, because you can just kind of keep it in your back pocket and then save the evolve for whenever you want. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see, like, even if people talk shit about whatever, you know, try to make a deck within the same criteria that I'm setting it within the rule set and then see what happens. right? It's like a chess variant or something. Oh, anybody, you know, oh, haha, you suck so bad. But then you play a different version of the game with some minor rule alterations. All of a sudden, all your theory and knowledge base goes out the window. And the reason why is because, you know, you're kind of a fake elitist. You're not actually good. You just have borrowed knowledge, like what people do in WoW. You're not better than anybody else at WoW. You're not better than people who played in vanilla. You just have borrowed knowledge from 20 years worth of experience that you draw from add-ons and Wikipedia and all this kind of shit. WoW Wiki. You have all that shit, and so therefore you get yourself in a position to, you know, you mistake borrowed knowledge for your own, right? That's the problem, is that anything seems easy. Like, oh, anybody could make a Model T Ford now in this day and age because you already have the schematics and the blueprint, but could you have made it then when it was cutting edge at the time? So this sort of hindsight bias, borrowed knowledge bullshit is so stupid. Why did you even do that? Transform friendly minion. Okay, you gotta infuse it a little bit. None of this stuff is really to my liking, but I guess I'll just do this anyway. Right, sometimes you can't be too stingy or try to hold stuff back. That one's pretty good. This one, I don't even know what it is. When you play a coin, I like the whole interchange between the class stuff too, like how we got Harik or whatever. That's the ultimate, you know, giving and taking back thing. You'll get an evolution that gives you Harik that then lets you evolve that in the optimal way that kind of is like that clown. After you play a coin, get a random legendary minion from an... Oh, shit. And I just so happen to have a coin. It's not like I'm generating them in another way. So let's say you see this play out. Of course, you should play around this interaction if you're him. What, is he stupid? He's such a bad player. How could he not prevent me from doing this interaction? That a shaman would evolve a card into the wishing well and then have a coin that they happen to start with. Like, of course, the classic play that everybody is familiar with. So you just do it. You get some legendary shit from it. Shuffle Reliquary Prime in your deck. You could devolve his shit. You could do Thrall. I actually kind of want to do Thrall. Just, well, it's kind of a waste, but... Or no, you could do this too, I guess. Do this, just get him out early. His hero power effect itself is not very interesting to me of doing it every turn like that, but it is, the battle cry is obviously amazing because it gives you a +2, right? So that is awesome. So 6, 6, 4, 8, 2, 2. Yeah, there's the ultimate double-edged sword effect that, like, sometimes there'll be a negative battle cry or some restriction that you bypass, so it becomes better than it would be normally. And then sometimes you miss out on the battle cry, but that happens more often where it'll be worse than what you would have expected if you just, again, had it normally. So you have 2 more infuses left. This doesn't even seem like a very good devolve, but I'll still do it. So we can go ahead, we can hit this, and then we can effectively heal this into one that costs 3 more. And then if I don't like it, I guess I can do the other thing. Actually, I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, you would think I would like this actually a little more, but it ends up being that you have so many cards now that do that same effect. It was a little more novel at the time when it first came out, even though I didn't use it that much then. I always said, like, oh, I like the Deathseer Thrall. It's a fun effect. I like Evolve, but I just never played as it. And so this might be the most I've ever played as Shaman, just period, in the history of the game, aside from maybe an Arena. Which I don't even like Arena anymore. Right, somehow I just never... Maybe you have to be a little more into the meta and stuff to really enjoy it, but... You could try to do this, but it doesn't even make sense. And this thing is sometimes overrated, right? Like... I don't know. I mean, this would be still a worthy play. Can do that. I don't know if what you get is even going to be that much better, but... I guess on average it wouldn't be fine. That's actually great. Divine Shield Reborn, Claws of the Moon. I keep seeing all these videos like in my suggested that are like the pyramids are fake or they were built by aliens, or like there's no way human beings could have done that, you know, built the pyramids. All these things that start to trend, you know, like conspiracy theories that, oh, you know, there's no way the human beings back then could have built the moon so perfectly, everything. Okay, let's see. It's only fitting that we get to beat up on Arthas, the fake Lich King that sort of steals our thunder somehow. This would be pretty worthwhile to actually play. I'm not sure actually what I should do. I should actually just... No, but see, you're not going to be able to keep it. After this uses an ability, discover a rune. Card with a rune. Oh, what are his... Destroy an enemy minion. Gains its health. Transform into a new card. The next spell you cast costs 3 less. Wait, what? Next spell you cast costs 3 less. Well, I guess we could do this and then still do it. Right, if we use the one that costs 3 less. And then we'll do, wait, what is that? Oh, that's just like an overall effect that it has. Alright, so we can go ahead and do either one of these, or we could... No, we can't do both. I don't know. Let's just do that, even though the 2 more seems a bit superfluous. And in some cases now they start to become worse, or they'll just kind of keep summoning the same thing because they are sort of the same thing. Right, like there's only one thing it can become at 11, 12, 13, whatever, and it cuts off, I think, at 14. We sort of tested it. Right, there's nothing that's a 14 cost or something like that.
The dark path is my destiny.
Some of these interactions they wouldn't have even thought of, though. Like, what if you evolve, but, you know, it just recycles to itself again? Like, there is nothing for the next cost. We're not really in that great of a spot, and now I sort of start to overdo it a little bit, I guess. We'd have 20, 27. I almost don't even give a shit. Like, let's just go face and fuck it. If you really think you can kill me, then just go ahead and do it, bro. Even though that didn't really work, or it kind of worked. Which one do I not like here? 12, 13, 6... Start of your hand, put a 10 cost minion. I don't even have a 10 cost minion. Frenzy. I don't have any 10 cost minions, so it's not going to matter, really. Come on, I should have won. But see, now if they clear the board, I lose because they'll have some blood boil type shit. If I, what do you call it? If they clear the board now, I'm screwed because there is a point where you just kind of run out of minions here. And yeah, they never let me do my BM win condition either because, oh, okay, really, dude? Who do you think you are, me? When that should be a card I like more, but I was disappointed by the fact of, oh, shit, the heal. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. That was at least a good use of it. I can't, wow, dude. Look at this guy. It's not really going to matter. Like, we still have, well, it kind of matters. You have so few cards. Like, how the fuck can this guy come back from this? Not that my position is that good either, but I sometimes overdo it, right? A good player would hold those things back, but I'm just too excited about the prospect of doing it, right? Just endless evolve. I'm just addicted to the mechanic more than I'm doing it for actual good purposes. Carnival Clown would be cute, but I still have that vague temptation to try to... You know, this one you could just immediately evolve if you felt like, you know... 6/6 if you felt like it's not going to be an issue to, but no, you probably would have rather done that because whatever, if he does an AoE then we obviously get to punish that. It's really not a good card. I mean, you got to really have some immediate support or expectation for it, or do some crazy AoE like Defile that's gonna do it like 4 times and then fucking whatever 3 times and make a whole bunch of them. Well, the whole beauty here is if I can get the Carnival Clown, I need that 10 cost card. The one time I get it corrupted, then we don't actually get a chance to play it. Like, we still win, but that's fine too. Haha, misplay. You should have attacked first because you should have known that what was gonna happen, even though you had no way of knowing that shit. This dude is a 5 cost card. No, I'd rather do this one. 3, 7, 8, 8. Let's do this one. 6, 5. This one is going to be... Get rid of that because that can be a little bit annoying. So now this is my final board. There's no way you can come back from this. All it would take is some dinky AoE though, or Yogg-Saron or some shit. There's just too many plays like that now. right, where there's recovery plays from 100 to 0 that, again, not saying you didn't have Brawl and stuff like that in early Hearthstone that would feel like that, oh, no matter how good their board is, but it's just every class has it, and every class has too many of them, and now there's even neutral cards that do it. It just becomes a little bit stupid. Like, look how long some of these games go on anyway. Whether I win or not, it's like, it's a sign of at least a decent deck that they would, you know, be able to last this long. And this Carnival Clown thing isn't even necessarily going to save me. Wait, this is a good thing. Use a friendly minion. Oh, here we go, dude. Let me do this first just to see what happens with it. And then we'll see. Add 2 4/4s. Summon 3 copies of it. Okay, this is perfect. And then I can always evolve it as well. Let's just do that to effectively de facto heal it. We got the fucking Gahoon. Oh, shit. Oh, no, but that can't hit the face. We have Ragnaros at home. Ragnaros at home. But it's actually better in some ways. Well, the only downside is that it can't hit face. Okay, so we should certainly win here. What could you possibly get? Deal damage equal to your corpses. 8, 16, 24. We're still not necessarily going to win, though. Okay, we could evolve these things as well. Even worrying about the board here is a little bit weird, but we'll go ahead. We'll do that. We'll do that. I don't mind this board too much. Let's do that one. Let's do it again. Now, if I was trying to meet the condition that, oh, you have to evolve everything that you have, I would have already done it, right? So I can do lethal unless I draw into something, which kind of cucks you, because then it's like, I have to evolve them first, and then I won't be able to kill you until next. What the fuck? Well, I wonder what it was that you got then. Is it going to save you? Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. How much are you really going to be able to do that anyway? Slugfest at bronze rank 4 of all places. Okay, let me look at my deck again to see what was the third criteria that I was talking about. Yeah, this is gonna go on too long. This deck keeps disappointing me with actually doing better than I expected to. What is it? Like, look, transform, transform, transform. Just look at the keyword: transform, 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 transform. Summon a copy is the other condition. Copy, transform, copy, transform. This also transform. Some of these are not always the direct interpretation of what evolve is supposed to be, but still, that's fine. Transform, summon 2 copies, become a copy. Even this is a little bit different than the intention, but whatever, it's fine. A lot of old god-esque stuff that kind of fits in this. Transform, 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 transform. I guess that's all it is, yeah. Summon a copy and transform are the only 2 conditions. I thought there was a third one that I had mentioned, but again, that one just breaks the rule somehow exceptionally. Yeah, we'll do this again, like I said, either till I get to silver rank 10 or until I get to, until I lose a game here. So basically, for next time, I'll go ahead and make a Paladin deck, and it'll be something involving Uther probably, and I'll just look through maybe all the Paladin cards, but I'm usually lazy about doing that. Off the top of my head, there's nothing I can think of that's like super fun, right, that I've ever played as Paladin or that I would really want to play, but I'll see. There's that one weird guy that, like, he evolves, adapts like 5 times or something. That could be a fun card to use just in general. Both players start with the extra mana crystal. That's fine too. Right, just helps me get to my curve a little better. Now people say, oh, you're only getting carried by the effects. You're getting carried by the fact of whatever, the Yogg Saron thing, which some of these do really benefit me. Anything that's going to be, you start with an extra mana, or you start with your cards costing less in your hand and stuff like that. Hey Brad, how's it going? Let's see, nothing really good. It's always this turn 1 to 2 that's so weak here. And they keep teasing me with this clown potential, but then I never actually get it. Or again, I'm too disciplined to play it when I actually do, because then you will regret it. You'll think, oh, I'm for sure going to win, so let me just overcommit. And then I'll, you know, I'll somehow lose. Free Legend. Free Legend is just me Read your rule. If you want legend, use that deck. Yeah, I also know how to get free legend. Just play the game. Just use any meta deck in the universe that you want. Like, it's not that hard.
Your back.
Now, if I got it with a deck like this, that would be truly impressive. Trying to think if I ever did that. I guess that imp run kind of counts, but I only got to Diamond 3 with it. It was like the imp with Galakron and shit, where I was like making a meme out of it. It was like literally a deck recipe, and you're getting a wild legend for the first time ever with that. Like, what the fuck? Challenge you to a best of 5 wild duel. I would accept, but I really don't have time right now, unfortunately. We could do it some other day, I guess, if you want. Well, what would you use? Would you use that deck that you just linked? Let me see here. 3. Should I even bother doing this? 0 cost. Thanks for the follow. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Okay, just kill this. Just the early game that I get screwed over so bad. Do that again. I guess I may as well just do it. Or I should do it on here. Okay, something that costs 3 more, and then you get to... Wait. What? Oh no, 1 more. I'm thinking of some other card. This thing. Silence adjacent minions, discover, dredge. None of this is gonna matter. You do it again. I'm just sort of desperate for something actually decent, and we finally get it. You use homebrews, and that deck up there is a homebrew. Cool. I'll look at it. We can play like 1 game if you want. Maybe not a best of 5. What's your name or whatever. I like this whole feature that they added where it hides your name and stuff too. Because clearly I'm such a big streamer that people would snipe me, but just in general, more games should have that. Questline Warlock. Okay, let's see. We can evolve 2 times over. Let's see. I guess I'll just keep spamming it on this one. I'm probably just going to lose this anyway because their board is just way too good. Haunt, Lifesteal, Cthulhu, not really relevant. I guess that's decent as a 4-5. We'll do it again. Lifesteal, end of your turn. Deal 6 to enemy hero. I'd rather you deal 6 to any random minion than a hero right now. It's just not the time for it. Just fast rat. Okay. Never seen Whizbang in play. I've seen that a couple times actually. Yeah, that's just him out of his natural element. Let's see, how do we even do this? I never... Okay. Just... Fast Brad. Email address for battle tag. Oh, it probably has some stupid, like, number or something you have to do. I always forget about that. There's really... See, in a situation like this, there's just nothing I can do because this is so one-sided with the evolution aspect. Unless I somehow get a Doomsayer or some shit. I guess you can always devolve their stuff and get a Doomsayer on their side that they can do nothing about because it's, you know, it's on your turn. 1840, okay. I always hate how games do this. Magic does that too. Just fast Brad, okay. 1840. Or maybe it's still not working. Just fast Brad. Ah, there we go. Okay, and this dude's obviously a clown card too. That's just cute if it works out, but it usually doesn't. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fuck me. Okay, so we'll do this as just the encore game. Oh, he likes to play wild as well. Or what does it show even on this whole thing? Does it show like... Does it show their highest rank in any mode, I guess? By default, I don't really use the whole friend option too much. Hearthstone, wild, okay. His username reminds me of the Rad Brad. Some big, whatever, YouTuber. Are friends now? Challenge you, okay? Oh, it wouldn't really matter. Even if you sniped a deck like this deck is so weird that it won't really matter. Yeah, you too. Thanks. Oh, that's not a hero I've seen very much either. I might not have ever seen him, in fact.
Let the games begin.
No, I've probably seen him. I just don't know him.
Power will ripple across eternity.
Okay, Revolve we don't want. We want this guy just because we're kind of screwed on mana all the time. If we just get off to a good start, I can totally still do it, regardless of what we're going against. And all these stupid effects that you're forced on. First minion costs 1 less. I mean, they generally have helped me. I'll talk to you here now instead of, so I don't see your cards. Yeah, I haven't used these sort of functions in a long time because I guess I just never have anybody to play against or anything. That's the only way to truly prove it's not a bot. I call it Thirst Trap Nerzul. It's kind of a waste of... Oh, you can still hear me too? It is a really stupid thing though. I wasn't happy with it because I wanted the whatever, the actual Lich King one where he's frozen in the armor and stuff. I better wait till next turn before I do this. Everything else is fine. Okay, we'll have a sick play coming up here, and all thanks to the little Yogg-Saron effect. He's actually rigging the games in my favor, and I'm still losing. Okay, go here, do the evolve. Clearly, all you would need is just a basic AoE to... Okay, even that's fine. It only hits one of them. And that's not a bad draw at all. In fact, Bloodhoof is awesome there. Next concoction costs 0. See, like, look what a sick advantage that gives me. Now I could win the whole game just based on that, but that's just not how the game works anymore, at least. Fleet Skater. If I played the game more, I'd maybe be more like that, where I come up with, you know, homebrew bootleg stuff currently. I just come up with old school bootleg stuff, or maybe things that I played in the past, but I don't really know the current cards well enough. After you cast a spell, summon an elemental with stats equal to its cost. I'm not really sure about that one. I guess we can do this to sort of unfreeze it. I have a pretty good Evolved Shaman in a notepad with 1,000 deck lists. Oh shit, this guy is like the version of me that if I actually play the game more, he's so... Yeah, the goal of this one wasn't really so much to be good, but... You know, just to sort of really commit. I don't know what the hell to do here, actually. Yeah, I mean, there's certainly better ones that I could have done. This is more so just to try to use at least one copy of every single card that mentions Evolve in it. So even if I feel like this one is better than the other, I'm going to have one copy of each rather than 2 copies of one, just for the pure sake of variety. Didn't read the 10-7's text. At the end of your turn, attack a random enemy minion. Yeah, I guess I didn't even process that it was going to happen anyway. Exactly as planned, but you know, all this stuff is so random that... You know, could he really recover from this epic board that I have? Even though I don't like the fact that I'm going to lose Karen Bloodhoof's ability here. Because... You know, what if we just are disciplined and don't do anything? Let's just not even make a move and let him see what he can do. Reno. Oh, you wouldn't even need Reno. You could just have an AoE or some shit. He's gonna play Yogg-Saron and it's just gonna trigger me. I don't know why I hate that card so much. Like, it's fine in context of the other Titans. It's not like it's overpowered. It just always pisses me off. That one, or yeah, AoE too. The one, what is it? The Steam Cleaner is my most hated card in the whole history of the game. Not because it's good, but because it's so stupid. Like, you're just gonna evolve soon, might as well not use it. Yeah, I may as well just trade it and then I can do it now. Or I almost want to do the effect of this thing here, even though I have less minions as a result. Right now we're able to, we can do this one here, and then what can I do after that? Trying to save the other evolve for something else. Discover one that costs 1 more. Is there something I'm not really happy with? I guess I'm fine with all these. Charon Gorfiend, who also deserved like a Death Knight hero portrait by now. First spell cost 0. He's flexing the Sargeras card back too. I'll use a different one, I guess. I've been using this one for a long time. When I was using Whizbang before this too for like the whole month. But I'll use one with the Paladin that I use next time. Okay, we can devolve that. We can transform. I don't really want to do that. Add 2 Arcane Bolts. I don't want to use the Clown yet either. So this might be one of those turns where you can just ignore basically what he's doing. Destroy all other friendly minions. Resummon them with +1/+1. I'm not sure if I even want to do that. What the hell? I don't know how that would work with Reborn and stuff. Death Rattle summon an Infectious Ghoul. No. Wait, what did that do? Oh, it's just showing that it's going into that. I see. This maybe didn't work out the way I thought it would. Whatever. I'm a little bit confused by my own plays here, but it's fine. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Oh, it's a battle cry death rattle. I was just not. Okay, whatever. We still have a decent board. I want that clown interaction if it's the last thing I do. Even though I didn't get it in a proper... Oh, here we go, dude. Here we go. My one weakness. Alright, this is fine, too. Oh, shit. This is not a very good use of Reno, but... Let me see. You devolve his stuff. It's not really going to be that good. We're just not getting enough minions. This is my problem. If only I had an actual card to play along with this. I better just still wait. Most of my plays here have been pretty weak, though. You could just do Reno, I guess, period. Which is completely pointless, but... Oh, shit. What? Oh, no. Whatever will I do now without that full heal? That technically I did have that condition because I don't have copies in my deck. That's fine, I guess. Okay, so now we can actually finally do something good. Where I could do this plus that only once, though. Just give me like an AoE, actual proper evolve. Okay, that's going to be problematic, too. Even if I do devolve it, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, there we go. But now's not really the time to do it. Fuck. Ah, come on. Transform all minions into legendary ones from the past. They could screw me out too. This is such a tough play because like I want to do this, but it's just not gonna happen. You know what? It's okay. I'll just deal with it. But then the problem is I can't even do it right away. I have to wait until my desire to play this clown is gonna be the death of me. Or even that is very nice. Empty the enemy board and limit to 1 space for... Oh, shit. Yeah, another one of those. I'm surprised I don't see that HP more often, but... So, you could just do both of these, I guess. If I did that, it won't even work. Would I survive? They'll hit me 2, 4, 6, 8... 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Technically, if they don't... Reno equals OP... Let's see, does he have the 1 extra damage? Oh yeah, obviously. Yeah, I haven't seen that Reno actually too many times. I've never used it myself either. Rematch. Okay, we can do one more, sure. Best of 3. But then that means if I win, we'd have to do yet another one. Okay, I'll use the same deck, I guess, because it's the only one I really have on here. I would sort of do that too, where I'd have like different accounts for every... I would do like a, you know, single deck challenge. So I'll make a new account and just do a deck from scratch with that or something weird. I did that like for Death Knight when it came out. Both players start with the extra mana crystal. Fine. I still had some pretty good positions in that game. I just couldn't deal with, you know, the number of answers he's going to have for... And, you know, any good deck is going to have that, but still... You know, between Reno, between Yogg, between, you know, other class AoEs, it's just too much for me to deal with. You have to get a good board, you have to get it to stick, you have to get it to keep evolving, and then you can finally win at some point there. And again, playing that clown is just an impossibility. Maybe I'm overrating how good it actually is, but it just takes too much effort to do that. You have to play the 10 cost card, then you have to wait a turn. Yeah, I have Jive Insect. In fact, yeah, right there it is. Okay, we'll go here. We have this stupid Murloc. There must be other better cards too that make copies of themselves that I don't have, but you know, like, is this really the best 3-cost one? It might actually be like the only one. I feel like I was disappointed by how few there actually were with respect to, you know, you got Serenite Chain Gang and stuff, but there's really not that many.
I will act as your scale.
Okay, so, and that's like a great example of just a raw power creep card. There's the other Serenite Chain Gang that just does the exact same thing, but just slightly better, like it with the quick draw effect. So you go here, this is fine, I guess. And you could do it again. Or even this might be good. I kind of don't like that taunt, but what is the highest cost thing here? 4 costs. You're holding a spell that okay, that's not gonna matter. 4/6 is good. Or no, wait, he actually has a. I just keep assuming everything is a battle cry. My deck relies on luck. Kind of, but it's still a net positive. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting he can hear me. It's still like you're always increasing the cost, so it can be generally still a good thing. So here comes Ragnaros. Right, if you still have a good board position, if you have a full board, once in a while you'll get unlucky with something. I just have you. Yeah, I get it. Alright, that's still pretty much fine. Right, my position is perfectly okay. I just don't have like a good follow-up play here now. Mutate. There's too many of these dead plays that I get. 3/2. I'm gonna 2/2. Earthen the game's +2/+2. Not really that good. There's a lot of cards that I don't even know what they do anymore because I'm just so behind the times with, you know, all the last several expansions. Even as I'm playing currently, I don't really pay attention to it too much or care. I just use kind of random shit. I mean, that could be okay if you just... Or no, I should do it within the context of this. Right, because it'll still be... Yeah, look at that, dude. That paid off pretty well. How did that work so well, though? Oh, shit, but he's actually getting Scavenging Hyena synergy over here. The playing Thrall is cute, but we don't actually have a play with which to do it. That's the thing. Right now, our board is already too empty, where we won't be able to do anything. Damn it. Okay, Faceless Manipulator, not really anything good to do with it. You could do this, but I don't know. I mean, you would want to do this, but maybe I don't care. Like, we so badly need some other presence on the board that maybe I won't do it. And coin out and transform something again. Damn, we're getting kind of screwed. Fuck. You gotta have him because he exemplifies the whole evolution effect too. The original. His battle cry is actually pretty good, even by today's standards still, like the +2. I just think the hero power is not very good. Or it's kind of, again, just something you're doing a million times already that it becomes a little bit overkill. As if this whole deck isn't like that anyway. This could be maybe cute, I guess. Like, let's see what he does with that. I'm just curious. What a great use of that card. It's gonna be like a defile effect, but it's still not gonna be that big of a deal. Right, you do one and it'll pop all of them together. Or no, I thought... Oh, I thought they would kill each other. I guess that wasn't too bad. Okay. One time this is actually gonna help me though. That still did do pretty good damage. I can't complain. Okay, now we get Evolve. Let's just see that for the fuck of what we get. It's not necessarily that I had lost, but this kind of thing is gonna reach its limit. He wins the best out of 3 at least. But yeah, this almost makes me want to go back to what I would do in Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes. Is like I'll host my own tournament with some of these limitations, and you know, you have like a group of people who are playing all these kind of weird decks, homebrew, whatever, zany stuff, and you go against each other. So there's never like a good format that actually allows you to do that in terms of, or not even a format, just like why can't they have a custom hoster, right? There's probably some mod or fan-made thing that somehow does that, but you go in and it's like you set certain rules. No, I don't have time for the best of 5, but let's just assume you would have won it because clearly, you know, I'm not even saying his decks are that good, but they're at least good enough to beat this. But no, I generally enjoyed the Shaman one a lot. Now I'll do some sort of Exodia Paladin type thing last time. Good games. But yeah, they should have that as a general format here too, like a built-in best of 3, like how Magic does.